Well, you know, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it occurred. Finally, at long last. War has been prevented. I didn't think that this was possible, especially the character involved who prevented the war from occurring. A war between two great nations has tonight been averted, thanks to one of the most ignorant individuals in perhaps our whole entire country, especially in elected office. I'm referring to Senator Tommy Tuberville from the state of Alabama. Oh, Alabama, you know how to pick 'em. And you picked one with Tommy. You know, Tommy doesn't know any history. He can't even get the stories right that his parents used to tell him. So you know that Tommy doesn't know a thing about critical race theory. He'll say it's made up, it's fictitious, it's nonsense, it's communist, it's socialist. But Tommy doesn't even know the three different branches of government. We learned that Ben Shapiro thinks that government's only responsibility is to fund the military because he said taxation is theft. But then he went on to say the government's primary role is to have a military. So the government should do nothing else besides pay soldiers. That's it. Can you imagine that? No other services that the government provides are legitimate because taxation is theft. So think about all the things currently that your government subsidizes you to have, even though they don't subsidize you to have nearly enough, in our humble opinion. But none of that would be allowed using the Shapiro method. So that's their conservative thought leader and pundit. But what about senator? You would think it would get better. You would think an elected member of the United States Senate, there's only 100 of them, would know the difference between the three branches of government in their own country. But Tommy Tuberville flunked that one. He didn't know. And then, when it comes to war, well, perhaps his ignorance of history pertaining to Great World Wars saved us. Because he thinks that World War II was fought to liberate Europe from socialism. No. The socialists weren't in control of Europe during World War II. That was fascism and Nazis. I'm sorry to break that news to you, Senator Tommy Tuberville. I know you're very ignorant. Apparently, though, remember, like an infomercial, at 3 o'clock in the morning, for 1999, we'll throw in 2 additional Shamu rugs. It gets better with Tommy Tuberville. Apparently he doesn't know his own finances either. Okay, maybe you never passed AP history, but you don't even know where your money goes either. That's what he's expecting you to believe in Alabama, now that he's been busted. As what though? A communist sympathizer. You know, oh my goodness, not Tommy Tuberville. He can't be a communist sympathizer. You're making this up. This is a nonsense. No, it's true. He's a communist sympathizer. Apparently, he was heavily invested in Alibaba. And that's a company, a huge company, a very profitable company out of communist China. It doesn't get any more communist than Alibaba. Their founder and CEO, Jack Ma, is a member of the Communist Party in China. So, Tommy Tuberville, when he found out in 2020 that he had $5,000 invested in stock of Alibaba, he told his accountant to get rid of it. Well, that's the cover story. Because apparently, he expects you, the citizens of Alabama, to believe that $5,000 grew to 3 separate stock trade options between 80 and 200,000. Now, Alabama, it is impossible for somebody who had $5,000 1 year ago to go from 5,000 to 3 separate individual payments of 80 to 200,000. Impossible. He kept buying Alibaba. He was using all of his money on Alibaba stock, supporting the Communist Party. And you know who's been the fiercest critic of the Communist Party in China? Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama. He said the communists want war, and we must defund everything. It's always the communist Chinese this, the communist Chinese that, with Tommy Tuberville. So he's the last person you would think to have almost $1 million invested with the Communist Party of China. Tommy, and to all the conservatives, you gotta cut out that bullshit now. That rah-rah, let's go to war bullshit. You can't do it anymore. Your fiercest critic in the United States Senate just exposed that he almost had $1 million worth of Chinese stock. That's it. What glaring hypocrisy this is. But then there was Donald Trump, who we learned in 2020 had the secret Chinese bank account. You remember that, don't you? Now you know. If Joe Biden or Barack Obama or Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama had a secret Chinese bank account whilst they were running or in office, Tommy Tuberville would have been the dude that would have drawn up articles of impeachment. Yet he wouldn't have disclosed to you as citizens that he almost had $1 million in Alibaba stock options. You see what I mean by you don't have to believe anything they say because everything is a lie? They want you to get riled up about communism in China when they're investing in China. Tommy Tuberville, the fiercest critic, is a supporter. I don't know whether to say welcome home, comrade. No, he divested all of it now. He's been busted. So now it's back to being anti-China. You made now almost $1 million off the Chinese. But now you want us to go and fight? No, Senator Tommy Tuberville. You've been exposed. Conservatism is being exposed for all the glaring hypocrisies that exist in it. Remember, this is late stage capitalism. You know what happens. All of the critics, all of the liars, bigots, racists, degenerates, you get exposed as frauds. You know this. So Tommy Tuberville and Republican Party, no more tough on China bullshit. Because it's not, certainly you're not being tough on your wallet. Tommy Tuberville will eat very happily based off of his investment with Alibaba. But he'll want you out here struggling to point the finger. You know the Republicans just did some racist bullshit. In their resolution, they tucked it in there when they censored Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. They blame communist China for coronavirus. 1.4 billion Chinese people you would blame for coronavirus. That was nothing but racial dog whistling to ignorant, low vibrational creatures in America. Get them to be upset with Chinese people, citizens of your own country, for votes. Yet now we know Tommy Tuberville. You eat very well. Very well. Because of Alibaba. Now you remember Alibaba. Everybody knows Alibaba. Open sesame. Everybody has an opinion about Alibaba. Maybe he was a thief. Maybe Alibaba was good. Maybe Alibaba wasn't a he, she was a she. Or a they, or a them. Nobody ever really saw Alibaba. They just remember open sesame. Tommy Tuberville, thank you. Thank you. Or should I say, comrade, Senator Tommy Tuberville. In solidarity forever, comrade.